Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Everyday Joy podcast. I'm your host, Ash Owen, and I cannot wait to find moments of joy with you today. I cannot wait for us to dive into the Word of God, so let's get ready to hear to today's words to live by.
Proverbs chapter 18, verse 15, the MSG version. Wise men and women are always learning, always listening for fresh insights.
Jen,
Hello.
I must touch on something before we get in
Oh, okay.
to today's episode.
Let's do this.
Taylor Swift.
Oh,
We both are Swifties.
we are.
We both went to Taylor Swift. It's probably a couple weeks ago now. 2 weeks ago? A week ago.
Oh, it feels
I've
like
lost
yesterday.
track of time. Neither of us know what day it is, what week it is.
We thought it was Jan.
We thought it was January. It's March, guys. We're looking at Proverbs 18, verse 15. Jen, what are your first thoughts about this verse?
I love this verse. And especially because I'm thinking back to when I was younger, when I was like, no, you know what? I know everything. I think it was in my teens. Oh, no, I'm going to say it was my teens. I felt like I just knew everything. I didn't need to learn from anyone. It was such a humbling experience when I went into uni and no one cared about my education.
Yeah.
Everyone was like, you're on your own. You're going to have to learn.
Figure it out.
Yeah. And that was a big eye-opener for me. But oh, I really need to actually get off my high horse. I need to sit down. I need to listen. So it reminded me of that period of time in my life where I was like, I knew everything. I really didn't. I need to open my ears and my eyes.
Yeah. I think when I hear this verse, it's a good reminder for me to just remember to kind of let my guard down a bit. I think it's so easy, particularly in our current climate of the world, where you feel like you need to know everything. Like, I feel like we think it's a weakness to go, hey, I don't actually know.
Yeah.
But I actually think going, hey, I don't know, I don't have the answers for this, I'm confused. There's something so gentle and humble and compassionate about going, hey, let me learn from you.
Yeah.
You know, I actually don't have all the answers. I don't know. Help me to learn. And I'm not perfect at this. I have moments. I think that I struggle sometimes because I feel exactly what I said before, that sometimes having to get other people's help means that I failed. And it's a hard internal battle sometimes to go, I love what it says. It says a wise man and a wise woman are always learning, always listening for fresh insights. So it's like we need to always be ready, always be open to get more wisdom and to learn from other people.
Yeah. I love that insight because my sharing with me being when I was younger, I wasn't open for it. My mind wasn't open for it. I thought this was it. But now having this verse, I just smile at it because I feel like after I've grown up, I should be listening, and I am listening. And you touched on the I don't know. I absolutely love the I don't know because it means that, one, I don't have to pretend. I don't have to fake it to make it. I can actually be open and be like, hey, you know what? I don't know. Teach me your ways. It's really, really cool. And I really would like those who are a lot younger to understand that it's okay to say, I don't know.
So good. Yeah, it's okay to not know. And I think no matter what age you are, we need to be willing to learn, whether it's from someone younger than us or older than us or a peer. God speaks, God reveals, and God teaches people based on their seasons of life. Yeah. And I think that that's why this podcast is so beautiful, is because we have different people from all different points of life. And when you have people from different points of life, you're actually able to gain more wisdom because you're willing to learn and you're willing to be open to hear from other people. And I think sometimes the best ways to learn is from those around you. They've had their stories, they've had their ups, they've had their downs. And so I just think when I hear this, God just says, always be ready to learn. Don't be so, I don't even know what the word is. Don't be so like closed off that you're not willing to learn from people.
Yeah.
Because I actually think you'll miss out on opportunities.
Yeah.
And you'll miss out on what God's trying to teach you through others. And you know what? I think that's what this verse actually says about God.
Mm-hmm.
He wants us to be teachable, and he wants us to be willing to learn. Because isn't that what the Bible is about? Isn't that what being a Christian is about?
Yeah.
Is actually going, no, God, I actually don't know everything.
Yeah.
God, I don't have all the answers.
Yeah.
Teach me, help me learn, help me grow.
Yeah.
So I think that when I hear this, it just reminds me, Ash, you don't need to know it all.
Yeah.
You don't have to have all the answers, but be ready to learn.
Yeah. Well, it's like all disciples throughout the whole entire Bible, they were always learning and listening to Jesus. And Jesus was always teaching. And that's where especially myself, I need to be able to tap into the learnings from Jesus, the learnings from God, and be able to go on my life, not be a messy person, and to live my life and be able to also teach others and learn from others. And a really, really great example in my life was when I became a mum.
That is a learning curve.
Oh, it was. I have to say, it's probably one of the biggest learning curves on top of, packing up your house and moving. That's stressful.
That's number 2.
That's number 2. Very close. And then being married, number 3. Actually, let's not number them. They fly over
They're
different
equally
ways.
difficult.
But being a mum was the biggest learning curve for me of not putting myself first, but putting my child first. And I always watched other mothers before I was pregnant. Like, gosh, they make it look so easy. It can't be that hard. And they did make it look easy. They did make it work. And I was like, I'm going to do this. But after the first week of getting up every few hours and feeding this child of mine, my gosh, did it humble me. My gosh, did I sit there and go, wow, I should eat my words now. I really need these other mothers. I really need to listen to my own mother. Now I understand why my mother did all what she did. I now understand why mum was trying to teach me.
It's
because
like the veil is like lifted off your eyes.
Yeah.
You're like, oh wow.
Oh wow. Like, why? Why did no one tell me? And I realized people did tell me. I wasn't opening my ears. I wasn't going, okay, so this is what it's like. It is all amazing, but it is all so incredibly hard. Those late nights, my gosh, I didn't realize that no sleep can what it does to you. But I'm so grateful for my community of family, my community of friends, and my mum for always being there. What motherhood taught me was I really need my mum. I need her the most, or a mother figure. I know those out there right now listening, you may not have a mother, or you may have a bad relationship with your mum, but maybe tune into a mother that's around you, her mother figure around you, because my gosh, the sacrifices that they've done and the love that they have, listen to them.
Yeah. There's this verse that I'm so encouraged by, and I'm really challenged to step into it this year. It's a verse in Titus, and I don't know it word for word, but it's basically this verse where it says like old men train up the young men, and like old women train up the young women, basically encapsulated in a short way. And I think that as someone who's stepping into marriage, as someone who's stepping into this new season of life, I am wildly aware of my lack of knowledge, like wildly aware. And so from that verse, I'm really trying to find women in my life. And I have the best mum, and I talk to her all the time, and like, she's so great. But sometimes it is getting wise counsel from other people as well. And so I'm trying to get this group of people around me now before I step fully into that season of life. The more that I talk to people, they're not saying it's hard because they want you to be fearful or not excited about the future. They say it because it takes intentionality and it takes learning and growing. And to be totally honest, it takes exactly this verse. It takes being able to always listen, always learn, always look for fresh insights, because you are two people, or you're a mum and a daughter growing, learning, figuring life out. And so I think that, if you can get anything out of today's episode, no matter what age you're in, whether you are in your 20s stepping into uni, whether you've just finished school and you're like, what do I do now? Maybe you're a new mum and you're trying to step into motherhood and you're thinking, what do I do now? Maybe you're in your 60s or your 50s and you're thinking, my life has totally changed now. Maybe your kids aren't in the house anymore. Keep learning.
Yeah.
Get people around you. Find people who are 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years older than you and ask their advice. Learn from them. And I think that out of this verse, if you can today be ready to seek and learn from those around you, start asking.
Yeah.
Start seeking, start learning. Actually ask those questions that you don't know. Find people that you know do it well and learn from them. Because you could spend your whole life trying to figure it out. But God actually says, hey, no, call people around you, learn, grow, get insight. It changes the way you do life. I hope that you got so many practical tips out of today's episode. Wise men and women are always learning, always listening for fresh insights. Make sure you ask questions. Make sure you gather people around you who you can learn from and grow from, because it will drastically change your world. I cannot wait to keep unpacking the Word of God with you. But until then, I pray you're able to find moments of joy.